Hello, good people. Welcome back to the Kuhb Games YouTube channel. We are back on the ladder with some warriors. Deck list should be on the screen now. We're playing the TSO build with just a few changes. I think I made like one or two changes. I know I put a smashing ground in there somewhere, but yeah. So haven't laddered a whole lot to actually sort of try to get my rating up, specifically, mostly just to get some videos up for the YouTube. So kind of wanted to rejoin this. And see how far we can get on the ladder. Also helps for some testing for the GGP in Chicago. I have locked myself into that. I'm just gonna set all of these. I suppose I'll commit to Soloming a heavy storm since I have a second one. But like I said, I have committed myself to playing the GGP in Chicago. I love Chicago. So happy to go. Don't know what deck I'm going to be playing yet, though. It's between Warrior, Cat Control, and Earth Aggro, I suppose. I have access to all of those decks. Unfortunately, we hit a Trap Dust Shoot with the MST here, so that's not ideal. I think with the double Solemn here, let's see. So my hand's not great, and it wants to play very aggressively, so I think what we want to do is just summon out the level 2. We can protect against Torrential and Mirror Force. I may just let the Torrential go, honestly. I'm kind of fine with trading 2 for 2. But I will Solemn a Mirror Force, I think. But yeah, so between those three decks, I think, is what I'm thinking. So kind of want to see what we can do with Warrior here on the ladder, just to, you know, maybe get more of an idea of what I want to go with for Chicago. We do have a little bit of time until that happens, so I'm not like hard pressed to make a decision here. I know Cat Control is not the best deck, but I just like it, and I don't think it's like bad necessarily. Let's see what the opponent wants to do here. Okay, they don't even have anything to combat this Mystic Swordsman, so pretty into that. Let's just summon out the Blade Knight. My opponent's not really responding to the thumbs up at all. Oh, they did this time. Okay. So that's cool. Let's attack with the level 2. Again, I'm going to Solemn a Mirror Force if they drew that. If not, I'm fine with just 1 for 1-ing here. Ring. Yeah, that's fine. Not worried about that. Sinister Serpent here. Should turn on the Dust Shoot that we just drew. So maybe we can send that back, assuming the opponent puts the Sinister Serpent back in hand. Looks like they are. Okay. Well, I'm going to Dust Shoot you then. Show me what else is going on over there, please. Oh, okay. So they have a Kaiku. I think I just send that back, right? I don't care about anything else. And like, I want to keep this level 2 around so they can take care of the Moth. If they want to keep setting Sinister Serpent, that's fine with me. I'm just going to send back the Kaiku. That way, they can't attack over this level 2. The best line of defense that they have right now is just set Sinister Serpent. And of course, I have a Blade Knight. And now I have all of the information that I know that I need to know how to use these Solemn Judgments. So I'm just going to summon out a Blade Knight. I'm fine with using a Judgment here on a Battle Trap, I think, if I need to. Because now that my opponent's at 2,000, I want to push damage a lot. Get the feeling that this is just a bluff. It could be, you know, a Dust Shoot, a knock, something like that. Yeah, you can have your Sinister Serpent back. That's fine. Alright, well, I am perfectly fine with just playing this little game. Graceful Charity. I don't have a Dark in the graveyard, so like the only thing that I'm drawing to that's lethal here is a Blade Knight, or I guess Premature Burial as well. I have double Solemn. Yeah. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of just throwing off the Graceful Charity like this. I like to get more cards to sort of inform my decision, but this is fine. I kind of want to keep the Dust Shoot here, so let's throw Smashing Ground and level 2 to the graveyard. I'm going to have to buy another Ultimate Rare level 2. Oh, Mirror Force now? No. I did not think my opponent had a Mirror Force here, but that's fine. We have double Solemn Judgment. Opponent's going to take 2,000. They're dead on the next turn. We have Trap Dust Shoot to do whatever that we may need it to do here. We're just going to wait and see if the opponent gets back the Sinister Serpent. They do. And we flip the Trap Dust Shoot, and I would imagine my opponent's not going to be able to get out of this. Okay, Pot of Greed. Well, we can just Solemn the Pot of Greed, right? So, probably just taking Kaiku again. Sure. Take the Kaiku, we Solemn Judgment the Pot of Greed, and we win. Because my opponent cannot stop this Blade Knight from getting in for 2,000. Yeah, you don't have a Dark and a Light. You have no monsters in the graveyard. You are dead. Yep. Alright, so Turbo, it appears. Man, I haven't actually played Warriors in a while. So I don't have a game plan necessarily in my head right off for sideboarding. But, let's see. So we went with the My Body, the Zing. Sounds good here. We could bring in the Dust Tornado. I'm not sure if other Dust Tornado is really where we want to be, but I don't hate it. I don't think I want to bring in the Spies and everything, but I could bring in the Chaos Sorcerer. I've been a fan of that in the past. I do like the Smashing Ground here, so let's see. We can cut Sakuretsus, I think. Like, they're fine against... they're fine against Zambara, but we have other ways to deal with Zambara, and I think that's fine. We bring in the Chaos Sorcerer. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights and darks. 1, 2, 3. I don't know about that, actually. So do I want to bring in... I don't think I want to bring in the Spy, so maybe we don't bring in the Chaos Sorcerer and we just leave in 1 Sakuretsu armor. I think I'm fine with that. I don't hate Sakuretsu against Chaos Turbo. Everything else here I think is fine. Sometimes I like to play around with bringing in the Spies, bringing in Mobius and stuff like that, but I think we've got a pretty clean side plan there. So I think we'll just stick with that. Some nice Sam's Choice water. All right. Opponent leads on Sasuke. That is fine with me. We could just go ahead and Smash and Ground this. I don't hate that. We have follow-up with Sakuretsu Armor, Trap Dust Shoot, Dust Tornado, however we want to do this. I don't think we need to use the Heavy Storm right now. Especially against Turbo. So let's just summon out the Blade Knight. Then we're going to Smash and Ground. I don't want to just set a bunch of cards into a potential Heavy Storm, especially when I have a Heavy Storm myself. Alright, let's just set Trap Dust Shoot and Dust Tornado, I think. Because the reason is, like, Trap Dust Shoot can maybe help take care of whatever's going to attack over this Blade Knight. Oh god, well... Our opponent has a lot to attack over this Blade Knight, and they drew a Pot of Greed. Okay, so it seems like every time I flip Dust Shoot against this opponent, they're just going to draw a Pot of Greed. Man. This is rough. I I think we're just going to take the Tsukuyomi. I don't know. Maybe we're supposed to take the Moth. This is problematic. I'm going to take the Moth. I think I don't want my opponent to recycle the Pot of Greed. Maybe this sends a message that we have a battle trap and my opponent decides to not attack, but I somehow doubt that that's going to happen. Yep, Pot of Greed is fine. So the opponent's playing a bit of a different deck than, oh man, Duo. Yeah, Pot into Duo is pretty good, but I'm going to activate Dust Tornado in response. Discard the Heavy Storm. So instead of losing both of my cards, I just lose one. That's pretty nice, but I mean, we're likely going to lose the Blade Knight here, if I had to guess. We know 3 of the cards in our opponent's hand. And like, we can't activate the Sakuretsu armor, so as long as my opponent understands that that is the case, they know that they have a clear... Oh, they don't actually have a clear line over the Blade Knight, at least not with Sasuke now. Because Blade Knight is at 2,000. So yeah, they can attack over it with Tsukuyomi, though, unfortunately. Still stand by sort of Magician of Faith being the take there. But because we have, you know, we have a chance to sort of get back into the game here. Rhoda's fine. Obviously, things would have worked out a little bit better had I set the Sakuretsu armor there, but I didn't think my opponent's deck was going to be as aggressive as it is. I guess maybe I could have known a little bit from Kaiku. Are we playing all 3 Sasukes? Alright, well, I'm just going to take 1,800 here. I really want to save this Sakuretsu for Tsukuyomi if I can. Oh, BLS, man. Where's my Dark? Okay, well, we'll just pass the turn. Yeah, I guess I could have inferred that my opponent's deck was going to be a little bit more aggressive from seeing all the Kaikus game 1, but Turbo sometimes does play Kaiku. It's not as prevalent now, but my opponent has seen full Trinity this game. In their top, God, I guess 11 cards. Not bad. Okay. I would love a Graceful Charity here. So yeah, we are playing all 3 Sasukes, and there is a Kaiku, which we are going to get out of here. So Dark here is good for us. Let's just MST that. So we know the opponent has Tsukuyomi DD Warrior Lady. Alright, Mirror Force is fine. The opponent has shown they're being aggressive with how much they summon. So hopefully they decide, yeah, summon the DD Warrior Lady and attack. Get out of here. Get out of here. So we're actually kind of building back a little bit. Take out the DD Warrior Lady and the Sasuke. Can I get a Dark? I can get a Blade Knight. We accept. That's just going to get run over by Tsukuyomi, but... or not. Draw out a Bottomless Trap Hole. That's fine with me. I would honestly rather that happen than a Tsukuyomi, but... Alright, opponent slamming the Chaos Sorcerer here. Now, you do not get that Kaiku back to hand. That gets banished for sure. Goodbye. Alright, let me take 2,300. So the last card in hand is Tsukuyomi. We know that for sure, right? Yeah. Alright, Pot of Greed, a good draw here. Kaiku's a little late and the Zing's not going to do anything. I guess Kaiku's actually not a little late, right? I'll summon the Kaiku. Would have been... Actually... Alright, so Kaiku's going to the graveyard. Main phase 2. We summon the boy. And get rid of this Chaos Sorcerer. Can I have this opponent? I would like to get rid of your Chaos Sorcerer, please. Okay. That works out. I'm going to set the Zing. No reason not to, really. If my opponent has Tsukuyomi knock, I'm going to be upset. But as it stands, that Tsukuyomi is kind of dead here. Oh, did they draw another? Oh, no dark in the yard. Okay, okay, we like that. We've got all the lights because we're playing all 3 Sasuke's. All right, set a monster. We like that. Okay. We're just going to keep banishing, taking our pluses while we can. Oh, okay, so we still know about the Tsukuyomi in hand. Now I can actually activate Zing Zinhu targeting my ring if I really want to. I kind of don't want to. But, you know, if it comes down to it. I'd love for my opponent to just set one more card. I don't think I'm going to throw off this Graceful Charity here, right? No. We're just going to keep activating BLS. If my opponent draws into ring, I have Zing Zinhu to lock down the back row. Okay. Flip Zing. Target these. Good. Okay. Oh, that's exactly the card I wanted. So now I really want DD Warrior Lady. But I'm just going to throw off Graceful Charity first. Draw. Blade Knight is not good. So let's get rid of Blade Knight. Let's get rid of level 2. Rhoda for DD Warrior Lady. Summon DD Warrior Lady. Flip this thing to attack. Attack you for 15. And attack you for 3,000. And we don't know what the card in our opponent's hand is, so we're going to play around Book of Moon the best we can. And we're going to pass the turn. And we'll see what they do. If they set a card, we're just going to activate. I guess we don't have to activate Ring. We can make them act first, right? Kaiku. Yeah, we just activate Ring here, right? Now, like, they have to book the DD Warrior Lady if they have Book of Moon. It's not a draw. It is not a draw. Targeting DD Warrior Lady. Okay. That's fine. I mean, attack goes through. We banish. You still can't activate your back row. And BLS is just going to attack for game. I think it was cool. We did play around the Book of Moon. It didn't actually matter. My opponent had 2 cards in hand, but knowing that one is a Kaiku, it didn't matter. But I suppose it could potentially matter here. All right, let's go to our turn. Let's get in an attack with the big boy. BLS taking the game down. You love to see it. All right, we have won our first one. Let's see if we can keep doing that. All right, we have another match here. If we win this one, we go over 800. Not that impressive, but that's just where we are. Hopefully I can get this one. Oh god, hopefully we're playing against a deck full of flip effects. If we're playing against... Ooh, that's a good sign. Hopefully I can get this one over with in a decent amount of time. I do have to leave for a concert tonight. Gonna go see Architects. Shout out to any metalcore fans on here. Architects isn't metalcore anymore. That's fine. You can think that. I'm just going to lead Ring, I think. Opponent has 2 Thunder Dragons in hand. I don't feel the need, really, to play the Sakuretsu here. Yep, you're good. Neat. Okay. First Blood. I mean, not amazing. I think I'm just going to pass the turn, to be honest. I just don't really need to commit more to the board, I don't think. Like, obviously, I don't mind taking 300 from Sinister Serpent all day. Opponent summons Thunder Dragon, you got it. I don't even think I want to ring this, to be honest. I'm just going to take 1600. If this is all I'm facing down, you know, that's cool. Oh, Dust Shoot's nice. I could snatch it, but like that's weak as well, right? I'm just going to set Dust Shoot, set Sakuretsu. If my opponent has a Heavy Storm, that's fine. We don't actually minus on it. We're going to flip Scapegoat here. Okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't snatch the Thunder Dragon, that's for sure. I think we're going to wait for our opponent to get the Sinister Serpent back. Yeah. Alright. Now we'll throw off this Trap Dust Shoot. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have a Heavy Storm, just because I'd like to keep all of my things, but we see they have a Heavy Storm and they have a Retrained Raigeki. Let's see. They have an Exiled Force to go with a Premature Burial, which is not ideal. And yeah, I guess Sinister Serpent is really good with the Lightning Vortex, so we're probably just going to send the Sinister Serpent back. We can beat Exiled Force, right? They're also kind of just like locked on the board right now. Though I guess when they Heavy Storm, this Thunder Dragon's going to go away. Yeah. Just get rid of this Thunder Dragon here. This looks like it's Chaos Control, which might be the worst matchup, honestly. But Heavy Storm's gone. We're just going to Prima back a Thunder Dragon. Yeah, you got it. That's fine. I guess we are down to 2,900 now, but the Prima's gone, which I like quite a bit. DD Warrior Lady. I don't hate DD Warrior Lady. I could Snatch Steal the Thunder Dragon. Like, my opponent doesn't have anything else going on, right? The Prima's gone, so they can only Exiled Force once here. But, like, if I Snatch Steal the Thunder Dragon, they just have, like, 800 turns of gaining life because they have another Scapegoat. Ugh. I could just summon DD Warrior Lady and I can call it back, but then that only gets rid of a Thunder Dragon and one goat. It's not looking great here. I I guess I could just snatch and attack with DD Warrior Lady. I just don't want to snatch the Thunder Dragon, but I feel like I need to do something. Summon DD Warrior Lady. Their hand is kind of poor, but well, no, I don't want to walk into Lightning Vortex either, I don't think. We'll just set this Call of the Haunted. I don't know. At that point, I felt like I needed to make a decision. Just because of time. Not that I'm super worried about getting out of here. Just you only have so much time to actually make a decision. I think there were a lot of different ways that turn could have gone for me. Yeah, Exiled Force is fine. Yeah. DD Warrior Lady's gone. Do think I am going to call the DD Warrior Lady here. I don't particularly want to go to 1300 and turn on Ring being really good. We're just going to banish here. I'll take 100. So my opponent's hand is Scapegoat, Lightning Vortex, Thunder Dragon, and one other. Prima's gone. Okay. Kaiku's nice. I don't hate Kaiku. And I think like we just have so much redundancy going on here. My opponent knows pretty much. Well, I guess they don't know we drew the Kaiku there. I'm gonna set a Nobleman of Cross out. This is not like a necessary set or whatever, but we have so much redundancy that like I would actually kind of like to draw out an MST on it or something, if the opponent so chooses to do that. All right, we're actually going to get the Vortex out here. Thunder Dragon's gone. Vortex is gone. We know about Scapegoat. And the opponent still doesn't have a Dark in the graveyard, so that's worth noting. Summoning Exiled Force doesn't seem great here, right? It doesn't, but I kind of need to do something, and I do have Snatch Steal. So think I just need to start clearing goat tokens. Obviously they have another Scapegoat, but we could actually just lock our opponent under those for a while until we build up, you know, with some resources to actually do something. Okay. Duo's unfortunate here. All right, they hit the level 2. That's fine. Level 2's gone, and I'm going to get rid of this redundant Nobleman, because I'd like to keep Snatch Steal if my opponent plays something good. They're going to set 2 back row. I'd imagine 1 is Scapegoat. Solemn Judgment is a good draw while our opponent's not really doing anything. And we're actually up on cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we're... Yeah, because they went first. Okay, I guess that makes sense with Lightning Vortex and such. Blade Knight, okay. So now we have some pressure. I am just going to summon it. I think we're in a spot, you know, knowing that our opponent has Scapegoat. We need to start getting in there. Do I want to turn? No. No, we're going to attack. Yeah. Get rid of 2 goats here. If the opponent has a Metamorphosis, we'll just deal with that with the Solemn Judgment, I believe. If they have double Metamorphosis, then it's a problem. But no. Had already committed to Solemning that. Ah, well, they had the double, so, you know, woe is me. This one's good. We get to take the Thousand Eyes Restrict at least. I could have, like, I thought about it. I could have sacrificed the Exiled Force to take out one of those goats, but that literally just plays around double Metamorphosis, and I don't think that's where it's at. All right, hopefully my opponent doesn't have an answer for Snatch Steal here, I guess. Okay, well, I'm going to throw that off. If my opponent, if that's an MST, that's fine. I need to get rid of the MST. It's just a dead knock. Cool. We'll take this Thousand Eyes Restrict, please. And get in for 16. All right, now we have a game. Hopefully, yeah, opponent does still have MST for sure. Assuming it's in their deck, I would imagine it is. It's in most of the control decks. Donald Zalug. So do I want to throw that out? No, I don't, because it can't even attack. I will set it, though, I think. If my opponent has another Nobleman of Crossout, whatever, it's fine. Not a big deal. They go back up to 3,400. Slowly but surely killing them. They've got to set a monster at some point here, right? They still don't have a dark in the graveyard, so that's nice. All right, hit you up for another 16. Could very well be a Chaos monster in hand. Call of the Haunted. That's going to be for Exiled Force. Yep. That's not good for me. Okay. I'd imagine they have a Chaos monster in hand, right? Or they just wanted to get rid of the Thousand Eyes Restrict, but I get the feeling there's a Chaos monster coming. They've been checking their graveyard several times. Yep, there's the BLS. Yeah, our Exiled Force is gone. Okay. We don't have a lot of answers left for this BLS, I guess. We have a BLS of our own. Into Rhoda. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to die then. Man, them having double Metamorphosis that turn was brutal. Alright. Yep, we're going to die. God, Chaos Control. Let's bring in the boys. Get that. Get that. Our opponent's playing a warrior package, but I get the feeling it's not a very big warrior package in the deck. So what do we not want? We kind of want the Sakuretsu armors here, as odd as that is. I think we can cut Dust Tornadoes. Potentially. I don't think our opponent's I don't think our opponent really set at all. So we can cut one of the level 2s and maybe two of the knocks. They could be bringing in Gravekeeper Spy for sure, but we'll just leave in like one level 2, I think. And I don't hate cutting a duo here. We up our monster count just a little bit. We go to, what, 16? I think that's fine. We could cut the Dawn here, actually. I think we can cut the Dawn. And we'll just bring back in one of these knocks. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think having access to like one knock, one level 2 is probably okay here. Our opponent's on an interesting build where they've got warriors, they've got the control package, they're also on chaos. So they're fighting us from a few different angles. Alright, I'm just gonna summon Kayaku, and we're just gonna set everything. If my opponent has a Heavy Storm, we're locked into Solemn Judgmenting, and I think that's okay. We're protecting a Call of the Haunted and a Mirror Force, both of which are very good. Alright, our opponent also leads on a Pot of Greed. Noted. And a set monster and a back row, a couple of back row. Okay, we'll draw Graceful Charity. We love to see that one. And I think I am just going to lead on it rather than summon Breaker, because there's a chance I could, you know, get a level 2 and may want to play that. Okay, well, I don't want Blade Knights. I think we just throw 2 Blade Knights into the yard and then attack with the Kaiku. Summon Breaker first. I'll let my opponent have one flinch. Trap Hole. All right, that happened. All right, I'm gonna be aggressive here. I have a judgment down. So I'm just gonna summon the BLS. Get rid of this face down monster. Yeah. Okay. I had a feeling that may have been a faith. So we're just gonna hit for 18. Don't believe my opponent has any monsters. They do not. And we're gonna set the Ring of Destruction. So I think we've put ourselves in a pretty good aggressive position here. Very early on. You love to see a turn 2 BLS with great giant Trunade. I don't like that one very much. Yeah, I'm gonna Solemn. This is very aggressive, but I have very good traps. Oh no, what? I'm gonna respond with Call for Blade Knight. Okay, DD Warrior Lady's fine. All right, you take 1,000. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna get in there for lethal then. Interesting. That's all my opponent had. I guess if you're up against it, that makes sense. Let's see. I want to make any changes. My opponent has Royal Decree, so maybe... Man, sometimes against the Royal Decree decks, I like to bring in a Mobius just to hedge, but... I don't know, maybe we bring back in these and we actually... I don't want to cut the Sakuretsus. I'm on the draw. I can cut a Dust Shoot, right? Let's cut a Dust Shoot and a Sakuretsu just to make ourselves a little less open to Decree. Though I guess maybe we don't want my body then. It's good against... It's still good against like Exile Force, and I would imagine Ring is still in there, Mirror Force, Torrential. This is fine. Oh, you love to see King Tiger with a Solemn Judgment. His hand would be awesome on the play. On the draw, it's still fine. But it's not the greatest thing. Alright, if our opponent set a Decree... Good job, I guess. I'm going to summon Blade Knight. I'm going to attack. Alright, Sinister Serpent down. I'm just going to set the house again and hope that that's not a Decree that gets flipped. It is a Decree. Okay. So we're going to lose the game. Is what this is telling me. That's unfortunate. But sometimes Decree be like that. Though I guess, you know, it depends on what our opponent has to follow up. Like last game, they didn't have anything impressive going on. Unfortunately here, we can't really deal with this Kaiku other than crashing our own Kaiku into it. So I guess that's what we're going to do here. Just clear him off the board. Pass the turn. Something tells me that's a Scapegoat down, but maybe we can get the King Tiger down before our opponent activates it. And maybe we can ride that to a victory. Like, obviously drawing a BLS here would be awesome. Opponent's getting in there with the Sinister Serpent while they can. Nock's not a bad draw. Summon out the King Tiger. Attack the Serpent. Alright, so you're saying there's a chance. Set this my body. See what happens. Opponent can't Exiled Force now. They can set the Sinister Serpent. I can knock it. Obviously, it's not a great chance I win this game. But my opponent's not doing anything here. So there's a There's a chance. I'm going to throw off Graceful Charity. Any BLS? No BLS. We can just get rid of this Compulse, I think, and Exiled Force, though. Let's summon Sasuke. And let's get the beats going. Alright. Knock your monster. Imagine this is the Sinister Serpent. It is. We get in for 35. Okay. Alright, so we've got lethal next turn. As long as things go well here. We do have my body as a shield, so if my opponent's out is like Tribe or something, and things are good. Alright, Rhoda's not a good start for us. Well, is it? DD Warrior Lady, yeah, I mean, that can take out Pot of Greed. You should Pot of Greed first. I've been over this so many times in my videos. I know my opponent's probably not watching or really cares, whatever. But you should Pot of Greed first. And get the most information possible to inform your decision on the Rhoda. Thinning your deck. Oh, no. No. Don't Snatch Steal. Oh. Okay. We had a chance, I think, to win this one, but I think that may be gone now. I guess we could always draw into BLS. Prima. The Kaiku? I guess we can't draw into BLS anymore, can we? Ugh. Oh. What is this? Jinzo. Okay. I mean, our opponent was not losing to Warrior today, I guess. I suppose we could draw Snatch Steal. Snatch Steal would be pretty good. Everything else is kind of shit. To be honest. I think that is likely our only draw to, like, realistically win the game. What about a Trap Dust Shoot? Alright, go ahead, opponent. Man, I think we would have easily won this game had there not been Royal Decree. And we even had a pretty good shot of winning the game. We did all we could, but, you know, when we don't have the interaction, we don't have the interaction. Opponent doesn't even summon DD Warrior Lady for lethal, so they're giving us another shot at this. We're at 800, but if we get a Snatch Steal, we can run over this Kaiku. But I think it's Snatch Steal or bust here. MST doesn't do it, because then we still have to deal with the fucking Jinzo. How about another trap? Alright, another game lost to Royal Decree. Congrats to the opponent. They are playing the absolute anti-warrior deck. Oh, man. That's just, we're just not ever going to get there. This matchup seems like an absolute nightmare. Like, we have Scapegoats, Royal Decree, Jinzo. We've got, you know, the DD Warrior Lady package with Exiled Force. I don't personally think Kaiku should still be in their deck, but oh well. Yeah, this matchup seems like a nightmare. And our cards, you know, just didn't line up against the Decree, especially being on the draw. I think we could have pretty easily won this game on the play, or if our opponent didn't have exactly Royal Decree exactly on turn 1. So, good beats. But we're going to keep going up the ladder after this one. I think this is going to be the end of this video, though. So, hope you all enjoyed. Be back with some more Warriors.